on Honorable President address on behalf of CPIM party. Sir, Madam Speaker, the people of the country feel utterly disappointed with the Honorable President's address to the House, insincerely praising his clueless government instead of showing the right path to move ahead in these troubling times. Madam Speaker, a major part of his speech was focused on the achievements of the government in tackling the COVID-19 menace. But the entire world has seen how this government has been a total failure in its response to COVID-19. I shall read international data on different countries, how they allotted the fiscal stimulus and share of their GDP. Sir, Argentina, 12%. Australia, 19.97%. Brazil, 12%. Canada, 19.7%. China, 4.7%. European Union, 11.27%. France, 12%. Germany, 34%. India, 3.5%. This is international. Due to the time constraints, I am going to read more. How can we forget the sights of thousands of our brothers and sisters who lost their life without getting food and even water while fleeing cities during the unplanned and sudden lockdown announced on March 24th of 2020 by the Prime Minister without any consultation? Sir, Madam Speaker, has this government ever bothered to inquire how many of our migrant laborers lost their life on their way to the natives on barefoot? Do you have any data regarding the Pravasis who contributed to the savings of our foreign deposits, lost their life and livelihood due to the pandemic? No, nothing in this government. Madam Speaker, even after the death, we could not give many of them a decent burial, and we found that so many dead bodies floating in the holy Ganga. These sins will not wash away, even by dipping 1,000 times in Ganga by our Prime Minister, sir. The Honorable President in his speech lauded his government for administering 150 crore doses of COVID-19 vaccine. Actually, we should have praised the Honorable Supreme Court for this achievement. Madam Speaker, when the government thrown the people of this country below 45 years and the state governments at the mercy of the vaccine manufacturers, it was the Honorable Supreme Court who intervened for the common people of this country. One humble submission before the government that please replace the Supreme Court picture instead of the Honorable Prime Minister's picture in the COVID-19 vaccination certificate. It is justified to the truth. If the judges of the Supreme Court had not shown the courage to ask the government what they are going to do with the 35,000 crore budget allocation for COVID-19 vaccination, we would have seen many more thousand dead bodies piling up before the crematories in second and third waves of the pandemic. Madam Speaker, then this government made rhetoric of 20 lakhs core assisted under Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, claiming it will help the people to come out the chaos created by the pandemic. Even after 1.5 years more, no one knows how much of this actually reached the people and how it helped the common people. Every time people faces crisis, the Prime Minister will appear before them, a new slogan, and people will look forward. They would get something to cheer off. First came with Acha Din Aane Wale Hain. And people would not have thought that they were going to face Bure Din they have ever faced before in their life. Then he came with the Make in India campaign. But people seen was Selling India campaign, in which our precious gems in the public sector are lost day by day. Then came the Atmanirbhar Bharat, who became Atmanirbhar, not the ordinary people of the country, but the corporates like Ambanis and Adanis. Madam Speaker, even if a fraction of what has been revealed by the New York Times a few days is believable, it turns out of this government was deliberately misleading this House, repeatedly denying it has nothing to do with the Pegasus. Madam Speaker, people of the country expected the Honorable President would announce some solace for the brave farmers of their year-long fight against the pro-corporate policies of the country. It is shame that not even once the Honorable President acknowledged the courage shown by the lakhs of farmers of our country to lead such a long and victorious struggle even ever since we got our independence. Sir, this government has not shown the courtesy even now, except the least few hundred farmers lost their precious life during their struggle, and it is responsibility of the country to help the families of those brave martyrs for sacrificing their life for their rights. So, Madam Speaker, the Global Hunger Index 2021 and World Inequality 2022 have exposed the claims of the government and its ground realities. While we stand at 101 position among 116 countries, the terms of hunger, India is one of the most unequal countries in the world. The people of this country expected the Honorable President to at least remind the government of these realities as to take affirmative action on corrective. One second, only. Instead of what they heard, the Studi Gitas in praise of BJP government. In fact, the Honorable President was making an attempt to hide the failure of this government.
बैठिए बोला जा Hasnain